Hello. Today we are going to be talking about different ways of cutting paper and folding paper to make it come off of a surface. So you can do this with regular white paper like what you use for computer paper, or you can use colored paper, construction paper, whatever paper you have. You could even use magazines or newspapers that came in the mail, something like that. So my first one I want to show you is how to fold it so it makes a chain. So I start with both pieces together like this, and if you have glue, you might want to put a tiny dab of glue right there. You do not have to for this to work, but it stays together better if you do. A piece of glue, a little bit of glue, or maybe a piece of tape, something that will hold it together. And then I just fold my purple, fold my orange, fold my purple, fold my orange, and I keep doing that until the whole piece of paper is folded over. And then after it's all done, look what happens. So cool. So that is my first example. Rather than spending time folding that with you, I'm just going to take that, glue it, and I am going to go ahead and just this week I'm going to make a collection of different ways to fold and cut paper to make it come off the paper, or the surface. So there's my first example. Now let's see if I can come up with another example. This time I'm going to cut slits. So now I've got a slit right there and a slit right here. I did not cut all the way through. I only cut about halfway through. Then when I take it, I can actually stick it right through the slats or the slits. And there we go. In fact, I'm going to make it stand up. I'm going to fold down this side right here. Ooh, I'm going to use another slit like this, and I fold one piece this way, one piece this way. Now when I glue it down, it's going to stand straight and tall. Yeah, it's trying to flip around, so let's get that a little bit more. That's fun. Okay, so that's my next one. Another thing that I can do is I can cut a spiral. Now when I cut a spiral, I start on the outside, and remember, you move the paper, not the scissors, and as I cut inside towards the center of my circle. I'm just turning my paper in a circular shape. Turning, turning, turning. Bonk. And now I have a spiral, and if I kind of fold it like this, it'll even be better with sticking off the paper. Ooh, that one's a fun one. So I'm going to glue that one onto my collection. Now, I can't glue the spiral part down. I'm just gluing down the edges, the corners maybe. That way the spiral part stays unconnected to my surface. Okay. Now, another technique is curling paper. And you can do this with thick paper, or you can do it with thin paper. I'm going to go ahead and cut mine really thin to make it super, super curly. Now for this, you need a pencil or a crayon or something round. You could even use your glue stick. I'm going to use a pencil because I want it to be super, super curly. And I just take it and roll it right on top of itself. Just like this, all the way until there's none left. I do want to leave a little tail because I need something to glue to the paper. Look at that. Then I just put the glue on. Little secret when you're doing glue, if you put the glue on the smaller piece, it's easier to put it onto the final project. Because if you put it onto the surface, you can't really change your mind later on. Now I'm going to do that same one, but this time I'm going to make it spiral. So this time I'm going to roll it like this. I'm not rolling it on top of itself, I'm rolling it next to it. I need a longer pencil. That'll work. Oh, look at that one. That one's going all over the place. And cool thing is you can kind of fold things to make them go, ooh, that one's a really heavy one, so I'm just going to let them flop all over the place. Maybe I'll go like that. Nope, that'll be how it is. The next one, say you want eyelashes for your elephant this is a big piece of paper, so it's got to be for an elephant. All I do is I cut a whole bunch of little slits. Maybe I'm going to make them really long. So long, skinny slits. This would make a great car wash too, wouldn't it? Lots of different things you could use this for. Or grass, if it were green, you could use this as grass. Now there's two ways of folding this. The first way is you just use your fingers and bend it up. Okay, so that's our first way. The second way is you can use your pencil again or your crayon, and you can really carefully, it's kind of hard, but if you roll it around it, you'll get really curled. There, look at that. So I've got two different ways that I did that. In fact, to make them two different ways, I'm just going to cut this. So I've got two separate pieces. Once again, I'm gluing that down. Like that. Okay, and I'm going to see. There we go. Now, so far, I have showed you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different ways that you can use paper as a sculpture where it is coming up off of the surface. It is not just two-dimensional, it is actually three-dimensional. So now your goal is to see if you can come up with more ways. I bet you have lots of great ideas on how to do this. So go ahead, get creative, make some collections of paper sculptures, and let's see what you got.